Welcome back, Outdoor Minimalists. Today I am overviewing how I layer for winter hikes and colder weather shoulder season hikes, starting of course with my base layers. So for my base layers, I prefer to use natural fibers. First and foremost because they do not shed microplastics and because I find that they're more comfortable against my skin if I'm using alpaca wool, like with these socks from the brand Paca, or my leggings that are from Ibex, that are made from sheep's wool. And all wool fibers, whether they're made from alpaca or wool, have antimicrobial properties and are odor resistant. So if I'm wearing these for days on end directly against my skin, not only are they wicking away moisture, drying quickly, but they don't smell so bad when my trip is over. For the layer that goes on top of my leggings, which could be either the outer layer or mid layer, depending on the season and type of hiking or activity you're doing, I often choose a really lightweight material that dries quickly. These are my free fly pants that I wear year round for paddling trips, backpacking trips, and also winter backpacking. For footwear, it depends on the type of hiking that you're doing. If I'm doing really simple, low impact day hikes where there's not a lot of terrain difference, I'll often choose a fully waterproof rain type boot, such as these Grundens. If I'm doing a more technical trail, I'll choose something that has a bit more tread on the bottom. That way I'm not slipping and sliding all over the place. The other option is if I choose to wear fully waterproof boots like the ones I am right now, then I'll put something on like micro spikes or yak tracks. For my mid layer, you kind of have two different options. This one is a standard puffy vest, which keeps your core warm, which is one of the most important parts when you're skiing or hiking or on a run. And that way your extremities are not quite as hot, I guess. Another option for a mid layer is just a standard hoodie, especially one with this waffle pattern, because then it insulates your full body and you have the option to put on the hood. Ta-da. For another insulating layer, most people choose a puffy jacket of some kind. My go-to puffy jacket is this Ibex. It's wool insulated. And I prefer this because it is lighter weight. And if I'm doing an activity like hiking or skiing, then I just don't get quite as hot. And I am the type of person that likes to start their hike out cold because I know my body temperature will rise with time. And then that way I don't have to shed layers quite as fast. But if we're talking about colder temperatures or you're just hanging out in camp, you may want a thicker puffy jacket, such as this down insulated Nathan that also has quite a warm hood. So these final layers are up to you and depending on your activity. If I'm just hanging around and sitting down outside, I may want a few more of these that are heavier duty, but if I'm outside recreating, I may make some different choices. So the first one, of course, is a beanie of some kind, preferably a beanie that fits underneath all of my hoods. The next, of course, is a ski gaiter that I should have put on before I put all of my hoods on. I don't know how to put it on now. And then we will layer our gloves. These are the gloves that I use for running. They've been used a lot. If I am out on a cold weather trail run, these are the perfect size because then I'm not getting too hot and I'm not too cold, even though it's past October. But if I do get cold, I like these. What are they called? Clappers, chompers, insulate, insulate. Now that I'm fully layered up and ready to go out on a hike, ski a trail, maybe ride a fat bike, I don't know. The rest is up to you. You don't have to wear exactly what I'm wearing. Honestly, this is probably a bit too much for today, but it is a little chilly. just keep in mind that if you are hitting the trail in the winter time or even in a shoulder season like November or April, prepare for the weather conditions. Because like some people will say like, oh, it's too cold or it's too rainy to go outside. But most of the time you aren't wearing the right things. And one thing that I forgot to mention for this is if it is raining or snowing really heavily, you'll want an outer shell. Because I'm not wearing an outer shell. I'm just wearing a puffer. And so you might want a waterproof layer as well. So I'm sorry, we have to start again.
Just immediately.
I just look so dumb because there's not even snow. If you want to stay up to date with Outdoor Minimalist gear reviews, podcast episodes, and all of our other projects in the works, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our Spotify, which is where you will get the most up-to-date updates of each podcast episode, which are released every Monday. And if you want just more snackable content, then head over to our Instagram profile at outdoor.minimalist.book, and together we will create a better outdoor space as we recreate.